Hello and welcome to another update video about BNB. Well, you would think that maybe BNB does quite well these days with FTX, one of BNB's competitors, or one of Binance's competitors, basically going out of the market. A lot of people lost their money, their funds, unfortunately, or at least can't access it. But actually, yeah, BNB is getting smashed down as well. So let's take a look at how this actually looks like from an Elliott Wave point of view, because obviously BNB did go through the support area here. Yeah, so it did, however, not substantially, well, it did substantially break below it, but it hasn't broken the previous low. So we take a look at what this actually means in terms of possibilities, probabilities, and where we could be heading. Bear in mind, at the moment, it is a very, very uncertain environment. It's even more uncertain than it normally is, yeah, because there is no certainty in financial markets, and there is no certainty, especially in crypto as well, not with what's going on at the moment, yeah. So the point is, it's falling as long as it's falling. We don't know where the bottom will be. There are certainly support levels we can look at, but this is really capitulation, as it looks like, yeah, which again, to a degree, I think is good. That, you know, there's good and bad things in everything, I think. I'm always trying to look for opportunities as well. I'm generally a positive person, but I'm extremely, it's disgusting what's going on, really. What the fundamentals behind what happened, that's disgusting. It's absolutely crazy, and it has a huge impact on the market. You know, and I'm sure some people who knew about this before made a lot of money. That's how it works, unfortunately, yeah. And retail have been, you would say, screwed, really. But I mean, if you do trading and you use your stop loss and everything, it should all be fine, right? And if you do your position sizes correctly and everything. But the problem is the people who've had their funds locked on FTX. I mean, that is what really annoys me deeply. But yeah, it is what it is, and hopefully there is some positive development, but it doesn't look like it at the moment. But let's take a look at BNB. Yeah, BNB, we talked about this obviously being a wave 1, which would be not really an impulse, it looks more like a diagonal. Then this was the possibility of it being a wave 2. I always complained it was only a bit shallow, yeah, very shallow wave 2. I would have liked originally for it to go down lower. Now, it didn't. Maybe it will now. It looks like it at the moment, that it will go down lower. And then the idea was this being a wave 1. And I warned you there will be a move down, at least in this support area, if we break below the trend line. Now, at least you've been warned that with this trend line, you know, we were exhausted here to the upside, and that a downside would be coming. Now, of course, you know that it's going down like this with all the fundamentals that are currently happening in the space, or all the developments. I mean, I didn't know. Sure, nobody knew, really. Well, we knew something was coming, but that it was that fast and that it would have that much of an impact was surprising, of course. But yeah, the idea was we break below this and we're gonna get a move down, and then we have a test in this area. If it's gonna hold, this could be a wave 2, and we could then rally in wave 3. Now, we did get into it, had a bit of a fake out. That was a crazy move here yesterday, but eventually we came down. So I obviously can't ignore that wick, even though it was just a wick. Can't ignore it. I would have to, if we look at it from a bullish point of view, which is not my primary expectation. I just want to explain to you how this would work. From a bullish point of view, we would count this now as a 1-2-1-2 setup. It is going to be, maybe it is going to be invalidated in this video. It's going to be invalidated below the $256 level, yeah, below that low from the 13th of October. We have dropped below the support area. That doesn't technically invalidate it. It just makes a wave 2 very unlikely, because we're basically dropping too fast, too strong. Normally you would expect to hold here, but actually I need to adjust this now based on the latest high. So actually it shouldn't have dropped below $286. Well, it did, surely. And it's basically on the brink of invalidating the whole pattern here. So at the moment, this could still be a wave 2, but it is coming down very impulsively. So it's getting unlikely that this is still a wave 2. But this would be the bullish interpretation. Now, I don't really have much hope it's going to rally from here. Not with this strong downturn. It dropped from nearly $400 down to $260. It's crazy. But we're back in the support area. This is for me, or was for me, well, is still the long-term accumulation area for BNB. Yeah, a wave 2 support. I mean, just look at this. I mean, we came down like this here as well back in May, right? So this is, if you compare this move, it looks massive. But if you compare the move with this, where we crashed down from 416 down to 200, it's actually not that much of a difference. And there will naturally be people who jump onto the train, and there will be a rally, yeah. But obviously at the moment we haven't seen a bottom yet, so this is still going to come down lower as it seems. But there will be a relief rally, and then we just need to see, is it going to be an impulsive one or a corrective one? Now I'm extremely careful at the moment. In BNB and ETH, I am happy to do long-term DCA very slowly, and then, you know, obviously I will become a bit more, let's say, aggressive in that when we have a confirmed bottom in place. That isn't the case yet, so at the moment this can still go further. I would avoid completely leverage at the moment. Normally I'm not a big fan of leverage anyway, so yeah, it's just being about being careful, right? But if this is not going to hold, well, then you can see here very clearly that there is still a chance to count it bullish, right? So if this isn't going to hold the $256 level, which is already getting very unlikely that it's going to hold, then we could still say we are resetting wave 2 a bit lower. But then it's not this wave 2. Then we're talking about this wave 2 would be reset. And then we don't have a WXY. I'm going to leave it on the chart now, yeah? But I'm just going to add what it would be then. So we then have this as a wave A, here a B wave, and then we come down in a C. This is possible, and that would give us another chance then to just reset wave 2 lower. I think BNB doesn't really have, or BNB has a good chance of doing so, because it is still very far away from the June low. And it's only just now come into the support area again. So as you can see, we hit the support area now several times and bounced off. And now again, not substantially yet, but we bounced off. So this would be a so-called expanded flat pattern in a wave 2. These are not too frequent, but they do happen. And when they happen, then the wave C is normally very strong. And this is what we see here at the moment. Because the wave B is overextended, it's normally wave B wouldn't go that high. But with the development that we had yesterday, obviously it would push very high. So I think this is sort of more what I would prefer, and actually is my primary expectation. The very bearish view would be that all of this was just a three-wave structure up. All of this, so basically an A, B, C up, and we'll be coming down now in an impulse, and would even make lower lows below $180. Now nothing can be ruled out, especially with the development that occurred here. And obviously we still probably don't know all the fundamentals. I've just seen the FTX website is down as well. So there could be more stuff coming out in the next few days. So be extremely careful in this space. From my point of view, into certain projects, slow dollar cost averaging is okay, but that's only what I'm doing. No leverage and still keeping money aside for lower prices. I think that's sort of, for me, the most reasonable view. Or just alternatively, if you want to avoid risk at all, just sitting on the sidelines until things shift. But what I can tell you also from experience, and this time won't be different, even though it can drop lower, but what you get after such red days, you normally get a you can get a very, very swift recovery. Now, what I don't know if this is going to just be a bear market rally, or if it's going to be already the proper impulse. With what's going on at the moment, I think we're going to see more suffering over the next few days and weeks before we actually, have a chance to get back really into a possible bull run. But, we don't really understand the extent, I think, of this yet. So more and more stuff will come out in the next few days. And CPI data tomorrow, so lots of volatility expected tomorrow, makes it even more uncertain. Alright, that's my update about BNB. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.